is an interesting one. So this one-to-one client, she was tracking calories when we first started working together. After a certain amount of time, she was actually focused on weight loss at that time because she'd stopped binging after the 30-day reboot. We started working together one-to-one. She wanted to focus on weight loss, so we did. She lost 25 pounds. But in that process, she started feeling like, actually, my food relationship is not optimal. So we pressed pause. Weight loss can always wait. And we were like, I basically said to her, what do you feel in your heart? Do you want tracking or not tracking? She's like, I know at the end of the day, I don't ideally, my ideal situation is to not be tracking. But she felt so safe tracking. She felt like if she had this number and she just focused on staying in it, everything was going to be fine. She would reach her weight loss goals or she'd maintain that weight loss. But we knew things were not working because she was starting to have sporadic binges. So we were like, okay, let's forget about weight loss and let's focus entirely on your food relationship. Let's practice not tracking. And it was so much back and forth, so much experimentation, so much failure, and then retrying things because she was just so torn. I want tracking, I don't want tracking. And she kept sort of going back and forth between the two, even when it was like, okay, this week we're going to focus on this. Low key, she was still tracking in her head because it just was still what she was so good at, and it helped her at times. She felt safe and in control doing it. And I actually spoke to her today about what have been the biggest lessons in her journey because we finished working together. And she says one of them was something we spoke about in their journey was, okay, you are not going to be good at not tracking at the start. It's going to feel so scary. You haven't practiced it for probably years. I know for her, it was years and years she had been tracking. She had to give herself a chance to suck at it and feel uncomfortable and fail at it and go back and forth, but she did. One of her biggest things she said at the end was getting that proof that she can succeed without tracking, proof that she can come home after a long day and be alone and not end up binging. She just needed to give herself a chance to get that proof. And she's definitely not perfect. It's not like she's never thinking of calories. She even said the other day, a menu at the restaurant had calories on it and kind of stressed her out a little bit. But it's just these baby steps over time. Think about it. I worked with her for 32 weeks and she's still at a point where, she's still working on things. So it's really about have trust in yourself to just face that discomfort a little bit, practice being bad at it until you start getting good at it and you start believing and feeling that confidence, that ease and freedom about food again. And as always, if you need any help, I've got one-to-one coaching and I've got the 30-day reboot, which is freaking awesome as well.